The current political climate in the United States is a simmering pot of ideological differences, partisan animosity, and increasingly polarized viewpoints. The state of political affairs in what is arguably the world's most influential democracy now rests upon a precarious balance of extreme ideologies, substantially more profound than the mere difference of perspectives. A vast chasm has opened between the two major political parties, the Republicans and Democrats, a chasm born out of deeply entrenched ideological leanings. This divide, according to a comprehensive survey conducted by the esteemed Pew Research Center, has escalated to an unprecedented level, demonstrating a staggering ideological gulf. The survey's findings indicate that the number of Americans with consistently conservative or consistently liberal opinions has doubled in the past 2 decades. An alarming revelation indeed, casting a long shadow over the future of American politics. The polarization is most pronounced among those politically engaged. The public sphere, once marked by lively debates and cohabitation of contrasting ideas, is now filled only with echoes of similar viewpoints. An increasing number of people are retreating into their ideological cocoons, reinforcing their beliefs and widening the gap between the two parties. But it's not just about the divergence in political ideologies. It's far more than that. The animosity, the hostility between the two groups has escalated exponentially. A substantial portion of the populace now harbors highly negative views of the opposing party. These severe feelings of animosity are not limited to just political leaders or the party elite. They trickle down to the grassroots level, impacting everyday interactions and shaping public discourse. This animosity has splintered the society, resulting in deep divisions. The social fabric of the is being stretched thin by these divisions. Individuals with strong ideological positions are preferentially aligning with those who share their political views, leading to a form of self-segregation. It's now common to find communities where most people have similar political beliefs, creating echo chambers that reinforce pre-existing views and limit exposure to diverse perspectives. The situation has morphed into an ideological standoff, which threatens the very foundation of democracy: dialogue, debate, and diversity of opinion. The current climate does not bode well for the future of this great nation. Yet, it's not all gloom and doom. There's an opportunity in every crisis, and this is no exception. It's a chance for introspection, for dialogue, and for finding common ground. After all, the strength of a democracy lies in its ability to embrace diversity, not just in its demographics, but also in its ideas. This polarization is most pronounced among those who are politically engaged, leading to a diminished overlap between the two parties. It is not just the political ideologies that are at odds, but the animosity between the two groups has also escalated. A growing number of people harbor highly negative views of the opposing party. This has resulted in deep divisions within the society, where people with strong ideological positions are more likely to have friends who share their political views and prefer to live in communities where most people have similar political beliefs. In the midst of this deep-seated polarization, the talk of a potential civil war has gained traction. The atmosphere of this discussion is heavily soaked in an ominous cloud of uncertainty and apprehension. A recent poll conducted by reputable organizations, The Economist and YouGov, has added to this unsettling discourse. The poll has illuminated some alarming statistics that suggest a significant number of American citizens are considering the possibility of a civil war occurring in the near future. The exact figure stands at 43%. These citizens, hailing from diverse backgrounds and myriad walks of life, believe it is likely that a civil war will occur in the next decade. This is not an isolated sentiment, but one that is shared across the political spectrum. In fact, the poll reveals that the belief is not only confined to the population, but it also resonates deeply among the political class. The poll further delves into political affiliations, and the statistics are quite revealing. 55% of strong Republicans, who are traditionally conservative and right-leaning, perceive a potential civil war. Similarly, the belief is held by 40% of strong Democrats. A group that typically leans towards liberal. Is also interesting to note that 3 out of 5 respondents believe that political violence and division in the U.S. will increase in the coming years. This sentiment is echoed by historians and politicians, who have expressed their concerns regarding the deepening divide and the increase in political tension. The growing divide within the American society and the escalating political discord have drawn parallels with the period leading up to the Civil War. However, Nina Silber, a highly esteemed historian and expert on the American Civil War, presents a contrasting perspective. She opines that while there are indications of political violence and a divisive political atmosphere, it is not accurate to label it as a civil war. She points out that political divide today is not as clear-cut as it was in the 1860s, a period characterized by deep internal divisions within states. The patterns of political divisions in today's America are different. They are more complex and nuanced. Moreover, the nature of the current political climate is troubling, but it does not necessarily lead to a civil war. In this heightened political tension, it is crucial to remember the importance of bipartisan dialogue and action. At times like these, it's paramount to recall the necessity of mutual dialogue and combined efforts between political adversaries. As highlighted by a well-known author in a recent Time article, citizens from all political persuasions, be it red or blue, need to find common ground amidst numerous worldwide dilemmas. In the face of rampant global predicaments, political divisions can further fuel the fire of alienation, intensifying an already exacerbated situation. The pressing need of the hour isn't to existing fractures, but to nurture a climate of unity, mutual understanding, and collaboration. We must be wary of labeling the current political climate in the United States as a prelude to civil unrest, let alone a civil war. This perspective can not only be misleading, but also detrimental to the well-being of the nation. Our collective focus should be placed on stimulating meaningful bipartisan conversations and bridging ideological chasm that seems to widen by the day. It is only through unity and cooperation that we can navigate through these challenging times.